Here's a narrative that abusive men have been spewing for decades. The idea that women talking to each other about their relationship is gossip. And if you're new to my page, my name is Jackie, and I'm giving real examples of emotional abuse tactics so that you can spot them in your relationships. So the definition of gossip is this: casual or unconstrained conversation or reports about other people, typically involving details that are not confirmed as true. So when women get together and talk about their relationships, by labeling it as gossip, men have successfully invalidated her experience and painted her to be a liar. And by doing this, they're able to completely sidestep the fact that in some cases, these relationships are legitimately horrible and abusive, and that these women need support because they have been gaslit for years, thinking that these relationships are normal or that they're to blame. And this idea is further supported by relationship advice that says don't talk to your friends about your relationship issues, talk to your spouse. But they forget that in these relationships, you can't talk to your spouse. When you try, you get dismissed or invalidated. For years, you've been trying to talk to your spouse, but it gets you nowhere. You're told you're overreacting. You're told you're too emotional. That's who they are, so you have to accept it. You're told you have issues and that you should get help. But don't you dare talk to a therapist about it, because then you're betraying their privacy. And don't you dare talk to your friends or family about it, because then you're just gossiping. They literally put you in a double bind. You want to know what the truth is? They don't want you to talk, because then they will be found out. You're going to find out that their behavior is abusive on so many levels, because when you have friends and family in healthy relationships, they will validate that. Or you will find out that other women have the same experience, which means other men behave the same way they do, which means the issues we're having in our relationships isn't all our fault, like they have convinced us it is. The biggest reason they don't want you to talk despite gender, to preserve their ego so they don't look bad. When the devaluation and anger was really bad, I was concerned. I thought he was depressed. He wasn't listening to me and he refused to get any help. So I reached out to his dad and I told him about the money issues and the drinking and the rage outbursts. My ex was pissed about this because it made him look bad. Because deep down he knew that he was abusive. He knew he was sexist and he didn't want to be found out. They don't want you talking to your friends or your family or your therapist. They say it's because they're a private person, or that it's nobody's business, or that you're just gossiping, or that you're trying to make them look bad. But in reality, they just don't want to be found out. They know they're abusive and they don't want to be found out, because then they lose control.